I'd like to bring the October 14th Planning and Zoning meeting to order. Would everybody please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Commissioner Abbott.
Present.
Commissioner Selberg.
Here.
Commissioner Buck. Commissioner Azarmi.
Here.
Commissioner Walker.
Here.
Commissioner Jones.
Here.
Commissioner Gabrielson.
Present.
Commissioner Gordon. Chairman Flouché.
Here.
Thank you. You have a quorum.
Thank you. A couple of announcements. Anyone who has not yet signed in, please do so at the table located in the lobby. Should anyone wish to speak, please complete the request to speak form for, which is also located in the lobby table, including if you plan to speak on sub-items also. Please note that there are stairs on the right, the left, and the center aisle, and we ask that you use caution when using the stairs. There's also a ramp located at the audience's left. If anyone has any written comments, exhibits, petitions, photos, letters they intend to use at today's meeting, please have 17 copies and give them to the staff member in the back of the auditorium. She's got her hand up. If you do not have 17 copies, you may use the table with the overhead camera next to the podium to present your document. If you want your documentation to go on record, you must hand them to the clerk after your presentation with the agenda item number clearly marked on the document. Members of the public cannot speak to the staff members that are sitting in the tables with the microphones during the meeting. If you have any questions, please see the staff member located in the back of the auditorium. She can meet you in the lobby. Timer will be activated and the speakers will be limited to 2 minutes to make their presentations and statements. Everyone, please turn off your cell phones or pager, place them on vibrate. If you must receive a call, please leave the meeting area and go outside to have your conversation. We ask that you, the audience, refrain from talking with one another during the presentations and discussion. Today, the Planning and Zoning Commission will hear public testimony and then forward the recommendations to the Board of Supervisors. The items with the recommendations made by the Commission will be heard on the Board of Supervisors Monday, November 2nd at 9:30 a.m. in the same location, except for any continued items. Everyone attending the meeting is asked to remember that the administrative building and campus are tobacco-free areas, which means no smoking curb to curb. Also, only bottled water is allowed in the auditorium. No food, soda, coffee, etc. is allowed. If there's any item remaining on the agenda, the commission will break at 1 o'clock for lunch. Approval of the minutes from last month. Did we get a chance to look at them? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make that motion to approve the minutes.
Okay.
Second.
Any further discussion? Those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, same sign, motion carries. We have a couple of other announcements, and I'll let Director Ballard tell us about that. We have a few new members.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the Commission. We're really excited today to introduce to you 2 new staff members that have joined us since your last meeting. The gentleman is Scott Holtry. He's originally from Utah but comes to us by way of Virginia. And also Elizabeth Petroff, who's from literally up the road here from Flagstaff. So.
All right. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Now let's go straight to item number 1.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Item number 1 is an evaluation of a request for a zoning use permit on Assessor's Parcel Number 306-20126 to allow a secondary residence in an agriculture residential 2-acre minimum lot size zone in the Golden Valley vicinity. The department or the staff picked up a few errors in the staff rec. Wanted to point out in paragraph number 2, it should be block I and not block 1. Also, it notes that the site is accessed from Highway 93. That should be Highway 68. And this is also, it said the Mohave County General Plan designates this area as a suburban development area. The Golden Valley Area Plan should be added to that list and noted as being that this item is in compliance with that plan as well. Staff recommends approval with the standard conditions.
Okay, thank you. Is the applicant present? Yes, sir. Okay. We have no speakers on the item. Commission, got any questions of the applicant? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve per staff recommendation and changes that Chris Ballard stated.
Second the motion.
We have a motion by Commissioner Zami, a second by Commissioner Gabrielson. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries. Item number 2.
Item number 2 is an evaluation of a zoning use permit on parcel number 316-06002 to allow residents in the general commercial highway frontage 2-acre minimum lot size zone in the Dolan Springs vicinity. Staff recommends approval with conditions.
Is the applicant present? Okay. We have no speakers on the item. Any questions from the commission to the applicant? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to pass with the staff recommendations.
All seconds.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Gabrielson and a second by Commissioner Walker. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries. Item number 3.
Item number 3 is a request for a rezone on assessor parcel number 354-34037E to allow for a commercial kennel in an agricultural residential 18-acre minimum lot size zone. Staff recommends approval with standard conditions.
Is the applicant present? Yes, sir. Okay. We have no speakers on the item. Would you like to address the commission?
Yes, sir. My name is Dan Bender. My wife is Pam Bender. She's unable to attend. She's at a doctor's appointment in Vegas.
Please state your address, too.
What's that, sir?
Your address?
5547 Taos. The address. We have been a resident for over 20 years in Kingman. We recently moved out 10 miles out of town. It's come to our attention that we need to request for a zoning use permit to continue with our hobby so that that's the reason why we're here today. My wife and I have a hobby of showing and raising miniature Australian Shepherds known as miniature American Shepherds. We live about 10 miles outside of town. It's a very nice home on 22 fenced acres. We are very proud of our accomplishments in improving the breed, and we'd like to continue to do so. Our dogs have achieved championships, grand championships, national best of breed specialty winners, and have qualified for invitations to compete in the televised Eukanuba and Westminster shows this year. We are not a public facility such as a pet store, grooming shop, boarding kennel, or vet office. However, we do have more dogs than the county allows per parcel. We primarily breed show dogs, but we also place our dogs as therapy dogs, service dogs, and to screened and approved pet homes on a written spay-neuter contracts. We are members in good standing of the American Kennel Club, the Miniature American Shepherd Club USA, and my wife is the president of the Southwest Miniature Australian Shepherd Club. We have last been inspected by AKC in March of 2015, and we passed with flying colors. I have some photos here of our animals and of our property. A few of the kennels that we have right now, they're temporary kennels. As of right now, we're in the middle of, we just moved there 8 months ago, and we're trying to get everything removed, and we want to move the dogs to the center of the property, that way we're farther away from the public.
Okay.
Let me show you these pictures, sir.
Yeah, just set them right there between the black lines.
That's the house.
Oh,
A very nice home. The kennels are, we think are good for now, but we want them to be better. Always want to be better, because our dogs are our kids.
Okay, hold-
you have a question, Commissioner Gabrielson?
Yeah, actually, I drove by there, and I mean, it's hard to see the kennels, but I think that there was a letter in here attached in reference to the description of the kennels, and some of them had plywood and tarping and,
We have, right now, we have tarps over part of them. There's no plyboard. Tarps are for shade. For winter time, when it gets cold, we have, actually, our dog houses are 4x4x4. I want to say they used to be used for water containment barrels, but there's fully no water can get inside them and stuff. And, our dogs do bark, when neighbors come by or people come by. That's the reason we liked where we bought, because it's a dead-end street. We don't have that much
right?
drive-through traffic.
How many do you have currently?
I want to say currently we probably have 40 dogs.
Okay. And then during your breed and litter season, how many then are you carrying
Breed,
approximately on the average when you have your litters?
and the average, I'm going to say right now we have 50 to 60, with, counting puppies and everything. As far as breeding season, we breed our own dogs and we go through them, because as show dogs, we try to breed to have better dogs. We just like to do it. We want to improve the breed.
Right, so technically, I mean, this is your business as well.
As-
Besides your personal hobby, you sell dogs, you
We
place them, you,
sell puppies to pay for showing the puppies.
right. But that's, I mean, what I'm getting at is you have more than just a hobby dogs. Hobby dogs are usually, you show them, you breed them, up to 12 here and there. So when you're looking at your breeding, you're multiplying, you're selling, you're keeping some of them. You have 40 now. You're looking into a commercial type deal. And I think that your housing and stuff for the dogs need to be upgraded to meet the standards of a regular kennel and not just a personal facility of having a zoning use for too many dogs per acre.
As of right, like I said, right now, we just had the AKC was out, and that guy went through thorough. He went through our records and everything else, and they seen, we don't just leave bowls out there. The animals get fresh bowls. They're
That's not
covered.
what, I understand that, and that's not quite what I'm saying, though. What I'm saying is, because of the amount of dogs you have, which exceeds your amount per acre, like you're saying, because you literally run a business, which makes it a commercial, just like, your mutt matchers and everyone else are a business, that's what they do, that your scale of provisions for these dogs on your property need to be brought up to, a business or, more than
Right.
just, I have a residential dog, I have 5 of them, I'm gonna put them in my yard, here's my dirt kennels, they get fresh food and water. There's
I
other
understand.
regulations of maintaining fecal matter, your ground, and I know that you're complying and those are your babies, and it looks like you're doing a very good job. But I think we need to look at the upscale of 40-plus dogs, and this is not even,
Right.
breeding and litter season.
Right now, like I says, we're in the middle of selling our other residents. As soon as that gets done, we have marked off and we've leveled the ground in the center of the property to do that, to make,
Okay.
that way we have fewer dogs per kennel and they have better coverage, because we want solid coverage, because the tarping is not, like he says, it has to be updated regularly because of the wind and stuff in the desert. Our plan is to make it all better, but we just got to get the one household, and that's the reason we moved out of the subdivision we're at, where we could have better facilities for our dogs.
Right, okay, and how many dogs do you have per kennel right now?
How many dogs we had?
How many dogs per kennel do you have right now?
Right now, we have,
Moving, I understand you're moving, you're setting them all up, but right now, out of your 40 dogs, how many per kennel?
we have, some of the kennels are 6 by 10, and there's only 1 to 2 in there. And then we have 5, 6 kennels that are 4 of them, excuse me, 4 of them are 20 by 30, 1 10 by 10, and 1 25 by 20.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Commissioner Gabrielson, item number 3 and 4 of the staff recommendation addresses, I believe your concern.
Right.
They have to, the applicant needs to comply with the item number 3 and 4, and I believe it is in there about what your
Right.
concerns are.
Right. And I'm just, I wanted to ask him too,
Sure.
just because I want verbal clarification and understanding that he knows what's going on as well and what he's
Right.
being asked of as his conditions.
Correct.
You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, we understand we have to be inspected by, the county has inspections that they have to come in, and we have to make approval of that. But this is the first step to get this approved.
Correct.
And then we get the health and wellness people come in and give us a yes or no. We also have on the property a detached garage, and that's where we have, the puppies are housed, with air conditioning and heating.
Okay.
And then our show dogs actually are kept in the air-conditioned garage itself of the house. That way we keep a good coat on them during the summertime where they show good.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Have you had the opportunity to review item 3 and 4 of the staff recommendation?
I don't know which one it is. We've looked at a lot of them, but I don't know exactly what that is.
Could I ask the staff to read item 3 and 4, please?
The applicant shall comply with the requirements of the Mohave County Animal Control Division. If Mohave County Animal Control Division provides written notification to the Mohave County Development Services Department that the kennel is not in compliance with an animal control ordinance and that the continued use would be contrary to the public health, safety, and welfare, this zoning use permit may be revoked, subject to the revocation as provided below. That was number 3. Number 4, the applicant shall comply with the requirements of the Mohave County Environmental Health Division. If the Mohave County Environmental Health Division provides written notification to the Mohave County Development Services Department that the kennel is not in compliance with an environmental health ordinance and that the continued use would be contrary to the public health, safety, and welfare, this zoning use permit may be subject to revocation as provided below.
Are you agreeable to those terms?
Do those terms, yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Any additional questions of the speaker?
I have a couple of questions.
Go right ahead.
Do you have pictures of the kennel?
I have just that one that started on the front. It's a very small picture. It was going down. It's right here is where the 20 by 30 kennels are, sir.
So they're chain link with tarp on top?
Yeah, they're dog panels with tarp on top. Yes, sir.
And I have another question. In the zoning map furnished to us here, it says it's AR8, subject property, and we're referring to 18 acres. Which one is it? Is it zoned for AR8, and this is an 18-acre parcel?
22 acres.
I believe it's 21.9 acres.
The parcel,
That's your parcel?
Yes, sir.
I just had a little concern. I drove by there also, and it looks like the way you are now, that it would be a real problem to clean up after 40 or 50 animals.
It takes approximately 30 to 45 minutes a day. We clean twice a day. My wife is there most of the time, and she cleans in the morning, and I clean and feed in the evenings. They have to be cleaned daily. I mean, we don't have kids and we don't have grandkids. These are our kids. And,
What is your water situation there?
We haul water. I have a 750-gallon trailer that I haul water. I roughly haul 3 loads a week.
250 gallon?
750 gallons, three times a week. We used to have the gentleman from Blake Ranch haul it out there, but to me, he wasn't dependable to get it there when I needed it, so that's when we purchased our own trailer and start hauling our own water.
How far do you haul it
We
roughly?
haul it from, it's roughly 12 miles from downtown at Topeka Street, so it's about 12 miles one way.
Thank you.
Any additional questions or comments to the speaker? Thank you, sir. Any discussion? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve for a staff recommendation.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Zami and a second by Commissioner Walker and Jones. And any further discussion? Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, let's see what we got now. Call to the public. Anybody wish to speak during the call to the public?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
The only thing I recommend to the staff on the last item, there was not enough information for the commissioners, including myself, to see the pictures or anything like that. If you would require the applicant to provide that, because with the, if this gentleman would not show up today, I would have a hard time, going ahead with this because there was not enough information. Is it possible to, have those included with our packages?
Visitors Army will request that that be included. At this time, the applicants are not required to provide those pictures. Staff does try and get out and get pictures for you. We will ask the applicants, tell them that it is in their best interest to provide the commission with as many pictures as possible to show the situation that they are.
Thank you.
Sounds
I have
reasonable.
to agree with you on that, because it's easier for the people to go take pics while they're there of north, east, south, and west, and we are understaffed in the planning
Right.
and zoning, but welcome aboard the next two, yes, stay here. To be able to run out there, and I know that all of us commissioners are busy at their other lives too, and trying to also go out and look at things, so even if they can put a footnote on, the new packages or the paperwork, please provide, adequate photos. I don't know if that's even possible, but.
We can ask. The applicant is
Are you-
not required to provide us with pictures.
I know, but at the same time, I believe that, that would save Mohave County some time and
Yeah.
money. At the same time, it would provide more information to us. So if it is a policy that, you don't ask, is it possible to incorporate that policy to ask the applicant to provide, some additional document like pictures or any other information that would help them?
We will ask it. We will also this week revise all of our applications to make that request.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Call to the public is over. Any additional questions, comments, petitions, anything else?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, ma'am.
The department has one item. This month, or in your packages for next month, we will be including the commission's calendar
Okay.
for adoption in November. I will remind the commission, the only thing that the commission actually adopts is the date of your meeting, the time of your meeting, and the venue of your meeting. Nonetheless, I will ask you to look through the calendar and see if there are any known conflicts coming up, and if so, to advise the department of those conflicts.
Okay. All right. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Nobody wants to second?
Second?
You guys want to hang around for a while? Is that the story? I'm getting?
Expected this to go past lunch. I'm hungry.
I'm sorry, who was the second?
Those in favor signify, what?
Who was the second?
I second.
Bob.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed? I want to stay here. No. All right. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you all for coming.
It took you 27 minutes to finish.
You got 10 updates.